What up, YouTube? It's your boy Big Cool coming to you from Colossal Boxing Talk, and I am back with another video. As you all know, most of the boxing world has been preoccupied with the highly competitive but yet controversial middleweight championship fight that took place this weekend between Gennady Golovkin and Canelo Alvarez. That it overshadowed a very important fight in the middleweight division in terms of who was fighting. Billy Ho Saunders, as you all know, I call him Ho instead of Joe. He's the WBO middleweight champion, and by him, either he or Willie Monroe winning that fight, they set eyes on a potential unification bout for all the titles against the winner of Golovkin Alvarez. Although now that we know that there was no winner in that fight was ruled a draw. Golovkin is still the target. Willie Monroe went over to the UK and failed in his second attempt of becoming a world champion. He lost a unanimous decision to Billy Ho, where it was a bad fight. A lot of bullshit leading up to the fight in terms of Billy Ho's talking shit and his bratty ass son being highly disrespectful, punching and kicking Willie Monroe in the nuts at the weigh-in. But let's talk about the fight for a little bit. I wasn't impressed with either guy. Willie Monroe seemed hesitant. He didn't let his hands go. Really, when he did, it was too late. He already knew that he was gonna be behind the 8 ball fighting in Billy Ho's country, and but the scorecards wasn't horrible. It was what 117, 111, 115, 113, or something else. It was respectable, you know what I'm saying? It was a close fight, but it wasn't a good fight by any means. You could tell that Billy Ho was, rusty. He hasn't really been too active since winning that title in 2015 against Andy Lee. He was supposed to fight Avondale Kirkenside before my man got caught up on the RICO charges. So that fight fell through. It was supposed to take place in July. So he had to wait, and he found, Willie Monroe, who was willing to come over to the UK and fight for a title. So we all know that Billy Ho, from his mouth, he wants a fight with Gennady Golovkin. That's a huge fight in the middleweight division just because it's for all the belts, or pretty much all the the sanctioned body belts, because I know Canelo is still the lineal middleweight champion. He won that by defeating Miguel Cotto 2 years ago. But let's talk about the nerve of Billy Ho Saunders calling out Amir fucking Khan. Amir fucking Khan. Khan is a good fighter. He's been in the ring with a lot of fighters. Devin Alexander, Canelo Alvarez, Lamont Peterson, you name it. He's been in here with a lot of guys. Danny Garcia, Zab Judah, Paulie Malignaggi. He's been there with a lot of people. And he's won some, he's lost some. And for a motherfucker that haven't been active, already showed that he's not a middleweight, for you to call him out after talking that big shit, Billy Ho Saunders, shame on you. I understand, y'all both country mates. It'll be a big monetary gain for both of you all, especially you, to have that fight right in y'all country. But the motherfucker is a welterweight. I can see if you called out Kell Brook. Kell Brook is a big guy who seemed to hold his own against Gennady Golovkin when they fought last year before his orbital bone was broken by Golovkin. He's a big guy. He's a big 154 pounder, or a big welterweight that can fight at 154 or 160, depending on the matchup. You call out Khan, who has a weak chin, who is past his prime. Even though he's 31, he's had a lot of, tough fights, a lot of brutal knockouts, and for you to call him out really shows me and everybody else why we call you Billy Ho. Because you talk. Because Daniel Jacobs, he's available. You say you're not gonna wait on Golovkin, who Golovkin is returning in December. You say you're returning in December, so why not make that fight? But if that fight can't happen, why not call out Daniel Jacobs or David Lemieux, who you've had words with, especially Lemieux, through Twitter because you don't want that work. And I understand that you might look at David Lemieux and Daniel Jacobs as fights that doesn't really interest you because it doesn't bring anything, to your name, but you're wrong. A win over Lemieux and Jacobs, who, in my opinion, and a lot of more people in boxing's opinion, won his fight with Gennady Golovkin, that brings you a lot of credibility because your resume is lacking. You got the win over Eubank Jr., you got the win over Andy Lee, cool. And you got the win over Monroe, cool. But let's be real, dog. You've been babysitting that title long enough, and yeah, you may really want to fight with Gennady Golovkin. But if that fight can't happen, don't fucking stoop to the level of a motherfucker and call out Amir Khan, who hasn't done jack shit lately, to deserve a title shot in the welterweight division, in the junior middleweight division, then let alone the fucking middleweight division. So fight one of these motherfuckers, Daniel Jacobs, fucking David Lemieux. Hell, fight Jamal Charlo, who's just up at 160 now. You know what I'm saying? Fight these guys that's same size and that can give you a legitimately tough and credible fight. But man, I don't like Billy Ho at all, man. I mean, I respect him as a fighter because he has gotten that ring and you commend him for that. But dude is way out of line for his answers outside the ring and the fucking nerve he has to call out Amir Khan. Talking about it's a good fight. That's not a good fight, dog. It's a good fight for you because you probably whoop his ass, even though you're not a big puncher. Even though Khan is more skilled than you are, he's not disciplined. His chin is fucking weak, and he's naturally smaller guy. So you're gonna win that fight. You'll probably stop him just because you're a bigger guy, and his punch resistance is shot. It is gone. But I find it funny that Billy Ho Saunders, wants to call out Amir Khan instead of at least calling out a guy one division below him in Kell Brook or Andrade or Jamel Charlo or anybody. Even if these fights aren't realistic, you can still call them out. You know what I'm saying? And you want to call out Amir Khan, because he's an easy target. And I don't know who his promoter. Your promoter I think is I forget the guy's name, but I'm pretty sure that fight could be made, and hell, I wouldn't be surprised if it is made, because you got David Haye and Tony Bellew who fought, even though they legitimately disliked each other, but that shows me that fights can be made, if all parties involved really want the fight to be made. But those are my thoughts, man. Billy Ho Saunders strikes again, calling out Amir Khan after a lackluster win over Willie Monroe to defend his WBO middleweight title. Hopefully, we get a unification bout with him and Golovkin, since both guys are eyeing a return in December. And the winner of that fight could potentially face Canelo Alvarez for all of it. Even though the winner of this potential fight will have all the belts, they still want to be recognized as the lineal guy. So they got to take that belt off of Canelo. So the middleweight division is hot right now. You got Jamal Charlo, that's now in the division. You still got David Lemieux. You still got Daniel Jacobs, Gennady Golovkin, Canelo Alvarez, Billy O himself. And you can't forget about the guys that's going to be coming up. Andre, Laura, the other Charlo brother. So the middleweight division may be on the sum if these guys can fight each other and determine who's the best. But if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Drop those comments in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about Billy Ho Saunders calling out Amir Khan for a fight in December instead of calling out some of these other credible middleweights, or at least Kell Brook, who I know probably won't be fighting anytime soon, but still, you can at least call him out. But like I said, follow us on Twitter at Colossal CBT. Head over to Facebook, smack that like button on the Colossal Boxing Talk Facebook page. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.